Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. A former WWE superstar was once offered the chance to join Evolution by Triple H. However, he turned it down then, and now he has explained his actions. Maven signed with WWE after winning Tough Enough. During his time in the Stanford-based promotion, he got his fair share of opportunities. One of the biggest opportunities came in Survivor Series 2004. After teaming with Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho, and Randy Orton to defeat the team of Gene Snitsky, Batista, Edge, and Triple H, Maven was given the chance to be GM of Raw the following night. As GM, Maven granted himself a world title match against Triple H that same night on Raw. However, the game offered him the chance to join Evolution instead. But Maven turned him down and the match took place, with the game picking up the win. During a recent interview with Fightful Select, Maven explained that it made no sense for him storyline-wise to have joined Evolution at the time. It made more sense for him to challenge for the title and then lose and have that be the catalyst for his heel turn. Ever since Vince McMahon's legal troubles started, Triple H has taken over creative control of WWE. He has been the person in charge and has led the company to one of its best years yet. However, a wrestling veteran believes his career might be in danger. Speaking on his The Friday Locker Room podcast, Ben Heyman stated that Endeavor might already have someone shadowing the game so that they could learn everything about the business before making their move. https://youtube.b/wvkex29goldtide. It seems kind of hard to believe that Endeavor would want to get rid of Triple H and Nick Khan, given the recent success the company has been having. But, as famously stated in WWE, never say never. I still remember the night Triple H pulled me aside in the locker room. It was early 2003, and the whispers had already started. Ric Flair, the dirtiest player in the game, had aligned himself with the game. Randy Orton, a third-generation blue-chip talent, was finding his stride, and Batista, a powerhouse in the making, was on the verge of becoming an unstoppable force. Together, they were forming Evolution, a faction meant to define past, present, and future greatness in WWE. Triple H, a man I respected immensely, cut straight to the point. I wasn't just any guy in the locker room. I had been with WWE for nearly a decade by then. I had main-evented shows, held titles, and been part of some of the most memorable moments of the Attitude Era. Yet, at 27, I was seen as someone who could still be molded into something greater. It was tempting. Hell, it was more than tempting. Evolution wasn't just another faction. It was a movement. They had the muscle, the youth, the experience, and the leadership. With me in the mix, the dynamic might have shifted. I could have been the missing piece, the wild card in a group of carefully selected players. The answer isn't simple. People assume it was ego, creative differences, or maybe even fear of being overshadowed. None of that is true. My decision was rooted in something deeper, an understanding of who I was and who I wanted to be. At that point in my career, I had already established myself as a lone wolf. I had feuded with The Rock, shared blood with Steve Austin, and taken part in some of the most brutal hardcore matches WWE had ever seen. My identity was wrapped in being an unpredictable force, a man who didn't answer to anyone. Joining Evolution would have meant taking a backseat to Triple H. There's no way around that. He was the undisputed leader, and rightfully so. Randy and Batista were being groomed as the future, but where would that have left me? Would I have been the enforcer? The guy standing behind Triple H, holding a title he let me have? That wasn't me. I had fought too hard to be my own man, and I wasn't willing to surrender that just to wear a designer suit and ride limos. One thing people forget is that championship belts don't define everyone. Some guys live for that gold, and I respect that. But for me, it was about telling stories the way I wanted to tell them. My rivalries were personal, gritty, and built on real emotion. Evolution's story was corporate, a polished vision of dominance that didn't fit my raw, unfiltered style. If I had joined, I would have been shoehorned into a role I wasn't comfortable with. Would I have been successful? Probably. But would I have been happy? Not a chance. 2003 was a transition period in WWE. The Attitude Era was officially dead, and a new generation was stepping up. Evolution represented that change, but I saw myself in a different space. I wasn't interested in playing politics or being part of a system that dictated my every move. The independent scene was growing. Japan was calling. There were other places to make a name for myself without having to fall in line. WWE was home, but it wasn't the only home. While Evolution was about securing the future within the company, I was more interested in carving a path outside the machine. When I first set foot in WWE, I had a vision of what my career would be. That vision didn't include being a background player in someone else's story. It was about defining my own legacy, making sure that when fans looked back, they saw a career that was built on personal choices, not corporate decisions. Ric Flair, Triple H, Batista, and Orton. They created something legendary, but that was their path. My path was different. I had to honor that. Now, at 47, I can look back without regret. My journey took me places I never expected. I wrestled around the world, headlined shows in different promotions, and proved that success isn't just measured by WWE's definition. Would I have been more famous if I had joined Evolution? Possibly. Would I have made more money? Probably. But would I have been true to myself? No chance. At the end of the day, every wrestler has to decide what matters most. For some, it's the bright lights and championship runs. For others, it's the ability to dictate their own story. I chose the latter, and I wouldn't change a thing. Evolution went on to shape the future of WWE, but so did I, in my own way, on my own terms.